And now let's get into that first big story. Dave Chappelle. We got this story from Gizmodo, and there's a lot of moving parts here. 1,000 Netflix employees are reportedly planning a walkout to protest new Chappelle special. Staffers are threatening to revolt after executives doubled down on claims that content on screen doesn't directly translate to real world harm. All right, I'm in a tough spot right here, guys. Okay, Netflix, they did Cuties.
Mm-hmm.
That was messed up. They also do Big Mouth. I also think that's pretty messed up.
Yes.
But they're defending Dave Chappelle from a woke mob. What do we do?
Conflicted. Take it one situation at a time, I guess. I'm not subscribed to Netflix anymore, but I support them in supporting Dave Chappelle. And we're starting to see certain things break down in our system as time goes, and having this is going to be a huge face-off between two groups, we'll just say.
It's important. I mean, no one's perfect. If someone does good, you compliment them. If someone does something bad, you criticize them. There's a lot of things to criticize Netflix, especially with its founder, especially with its history, especially with its past and the psychological symbolism and a lot of its content. But when we look at the Dave Chappelle special, unless you watched it, I don't think you should be commenting on it, because I just finished watching it today, and it's not his best work, but it's powerful. It's impactful, because I don't want to ruin this. So spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it yet, you might want to just mute it for like 2 minutes while I talk here. I mean, there's a story at the end that revolves around Daphne Dorman, a friend of Dave Chappelle, that, according to her family, committed suicide because the woke mob went after her because she supported Dave Chappelle.
And this is a trans woman.
This is a trans woman that Dave Chappelle was friends with, was doing comedy shows with, was helping, supporting, and treating like a student of the art. And Daphne tweeted, I tweeted this on my official Twitter account, Look We Are Changed, because I sent out the tweet that got her attacked by the hate mob. And it's an important one to note here, to see what she tweeted here, because the family members are literally saying it was this hate mob that led to her committing suicide recently when she defended Dave Chappelle's Sticks and Stones Netflix special. And she said, quote, "Punching down requires you to consider yourself superior to another group. Dave Chappelle doesn't consider himself better than me in any way. He isn't punching up or punching down. He's punching lines. That's his job, and he's a master of his craft." That's what she wrote.
And this is what, I mean, it's a partial spoiler, but in the special, I mean, a large portion of it is dedicated to this story with a series of jokes in it. And he has this line where he's like, man, I don't know what they said to her, but they drove her to climb up on top of a building and jump off. And then he tells a joke about it. And then, everyone laughs, and he says, Daphne would have loved that joke because she was part of my tribe, a comedian. And see, that's the thing, right? This is an individual, a trans woman, who is like, yes, people can do jokes. It can be offensive. It's like, it is what it is. Dave Chappelle, we totally get it. But this woke mob, they need to control comedy, art, laughter. Maybe it's cliche to say communist, right? That's what the Soviets did. They can't allow people to have free thought that would challenge and spread. So they specifically target it. Now, these people are planning on protesting. I think it shows, man, their power is waning. Now let me just say about Netflix. They did Cuties. Man, that's messed up. They do Big Mouth. You guys know what Big Mouth is?
Yes.
No,
do?
That's Nick Kroll.
Big Mouth is a show about
Cartoon.
Children going through puberty,
Coming
and it's
of
extremely
age.
sexually explicit.
Yep.
And I'm just like, it's a cartoon. It's not the same as Cuties, but it's still like weird, like what they're doing. Like, I don't know, man. I saw some people like, hey, you should watch it, and I'm like, I guess. And I was at this guy's house, and they put it on, and I'm like, dude, what are you watching, man? Like, I can't even say what some of these episodes are about, because YouTube would literally like demonetize or derank or even ban us. If I gave you the synopsis of one episode I saw, we'd probably get taken down. Like, you can't even talk about it, but it's on Netflix. Netflix is also the company that fired I think an executive got fired because he was explaining to staff what words were offensive and should not be said. And in doing so, he said the words. And so they freaked out and they fired the guy. Now, with Netflix coming out and defending Dave Chappelle, this is what we have to defend them on this one. Because all the people who came out and said, Netflix is evil, I'm canceling my subscription, should be coming back and say, for this, I actually will consider subscribing. Because think about it, even though they did bad things, if there's no redemption for Netflix, they won't change course. If Netflix feels like, look, we tried, giving these people what they wanted with Dave Chappelle, it wasn't enough, screw it, cut them off, there's no point. We're never going to win them back. If we say, this is what we do like, and we're willing to sign up now because you're defending Dave Chappelle, they're going to be like, hey, do more of this. The woke people aren't buying anything. They don't got money. These are the people that we should be supporting. That's why I think it's important to actually be like, defend Netflix on this one.